Welcome back to week 5 of Dented Shield Season 3. Going to look at two teams. We looked at both of these last week, so this is Primal Rage and Lizardmen team facing Sons of Mischief, who are a Norse team that we saw lose to the Halfling team last week. So both these teams lost last week as it happens, and here they are matching up. Both took some injuries in their last game as well, so both had 10 players with a journeyman each. So a loner skink here, loner Norse lineman on the Norse team as well. It is very sunny. It shouldn't really affect either of these teams. Neither are big passing teams, but any passes are going to be at -1. Only increases we've got on the Lizardmen team: 2 skinks with sidestep, and there is a Blocksaurus, also has a niggling injury. But other than that, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 other Saurus. What do we get? 3 reroll for Primal Range. Now we'll pause, look at these setups properly and the teams. So defending this drive, Lizardmen. Set up with deep players. Skinks are the fastest players on the pitch, so should be able to react to any quick attacks that the Norse make. There are 3 Saurus back here, 2 on the line along with the Croxigor. Just those 2 side steps and a loader on the skinks. Norse set up here with 2 guard berserkers, 1 on each wing, and Off-Wearing on each wing as well. So a lot of hitting power on the wings. 5 Norse linemen in the middle here and 2 back. So the 2 that got back to look at dealing with the ball are the journeyman and this guy with tackle. Probably neither are really prime candidates to go carry the ball all the way to the end zone. Because of a loner on this journeyman, you don't want to have to risk them picking up the ball and then losing a team reroll on it. And this one who's already levelled, so not necessarily who you're going to be looking at scoring with yet. I think there's so I've got a 5, a 3, a 2, yeah. So there are some Norse linemen who've got some points, and this one particularly on 3 points can level with a touchdown. Might be worth having him back to go grab the ball, get him in a cage, get him up the pitch and scoring. Some other things as well I would say about the attacking setup, and this was covered in more depth in a special video about offensive setups, which should be linking on the screen at the moment. But we're about to see at least 4, maybe more players from the Norse team move into positions in the first turn that they could have just started in, saving their whole actions. So if they'd started in those positions, put the assists in that they wanted to, they could then make another action afterwards. They could have taken a bit more yardage in this turn if they wanted to do that. I'm not really making use of guard here as well, where they're about to get the first turn and their out strength. They need this guard for 2 dice blocks on the line, so they could immediately have both the 2 guards in these spots. I mean, they can assist everybody on the line of scrimmage for the Lizardmen, and then with more assists in there and there, that's 2 dice on both of those Saurus, and then they should be able to either have an Off-Wearing there for 2 dice on the Croxigor, or get an extra assist in on the Croxigor for a lineman to block it. So can making use of guard get 2 dice on all 3 of these players quite easily. And then try and use their blitz. This journeyman should probably mostly be used to just put assists down when necessary, so could maybe look at going over here somewhere to assist on a Saurus, so an Off-Wearing I can go hit it. But yeah, so that's that first move. First 2 moves, these 2 linemen stepping forward a square that they could have just started in, and there as well, because they don't have guard, they can't assist. Off-Wearing, so that's 4 players moving onto the line of scrimmage where they could have just started. This one could have just started here, and then that first action is a knockdown for the Off-Wearing. So it would have still been 2 dice on the follow-up block, grabbing the ball, lineman back there, keeping it nice and safe at the moment. But that's it. No more actions. So could have taken 1 dice on that one. In fact, this lineman, had he started there, would have had 2 dice on that Saurus, but because he moved, didn't get that. So really not making the most of seeing the defensive setup and then matching up to it, getting your 2 dice blocks in where you want them, working out where your blitz is going to go. Could have set up in a much more advantageous way, the Norse there. Lizardmen straight away getting skinks into the opponent's half. Puts pressure on the Norse, means they have to do something with the ball next turn to protect it. One skink is not a massive threat to this ball carrier, but is still a threat that has to be watched. But 3 of them are 2 dice. If they can get 2 assists, 3 skinks can bring down the ball carrier relatively easily. So it has to do something next turn. So it's quite good aggressive defensive play from the Lizardman coach. And Saurus doing Saurus things. And we are through. 2 turns complete, no touchdowns. No, not no touchdowns, obviously no touchdowns. No turnovers is what I meant to say. So leading off there with the Journeyman, it's risky. I mean, it's one of the most important moves I had to do this turn. It's just a shame it was a Journeyman who had to do it, because a double skulls there is 50-50 for a turnover straight away. Would lose the team reroll if you tried to use it there. It's a similar reason why I don't like I do big guys as late as I can in the turn, because a double skulls can be an undoing straight away with Loner. There's a couple of pushbacks there. Going to potentially put an assist there for another block. This Berserker wants to blitz that Saurus. It would need 2 assists. And that Berserker is... oh, it's blitzing back here on a skink. Gets a knockdown, but no armor break, and then a bit of protection there. Having a guard player shielding the ball carrier is a pretty safe move. It's good going. And rerolling a pushback on a 1 dice is dangerous, but is safe, but no improvement on it. So that's back here to take away 2 dice for the off-wearing out on that Saurus. And our first removal, knockout on a Norse lineman by the Croxigore. So I think Mighty Blow did something there. Yeah, it did. Put that 7 up to an 8. And a Saurus Blitz on the off-wearer. Rerolls for a knockdown. Well, again, both off-wearers down, but no armor breaks. Okay, so it did have there... I mean, this skink's Contomark the ball carrier, which is obviously very useful. Did have 2 dice on this Berserker, though, if they wanted to just use a skink to throw that with 2 assists. Could maybe have done that and just used the other one to come over and watch this guy. 2 more skinks here yet to act, who could be piling around this ball carrier. Might have been worth just taking that block on. I think I certainly would have done. This one just watching the Journeyman again, and yeah, pretty good position in there. So it's marked by two skinks, which means either the ball carrier is going to need to block, which means there's a good chance. Well, yeah, because they're going to have to blitz one skink, and then the ball carrier is going to have to block the other, which means the ball's not moving forward this turn, or it's going to force the ball carrier to dodge, and to do that they have to get rid of at least one of these skinks as well, because there's no 3+ dodge at the moment. Looking at a 4+ at best in there. So yeah, good skink positioning, sort of, and reverse caging the ball. That's just a knockback and keeps that tackle zone blocked up, that square blocked up with the tackle zone, which is a potential escape route. So we're going to have to look at this Berserker getting rid of 1 skink, and then probably a block. I'll push back over there. I think I might fancy my chances really of just blitzing through with the ball carrier. Move the Berserker out of the way, so to leave a 3+ dodge on there, which does work out. Ball's not that safe there yet though. So looking at the Berserker. So the Berserker possibly needed to blitz there, so could come around here and do a bit of shielding on the ball. Yeah, try and dodge away with 4+ of course with prehensile tail. Makes that dodge though, and a bit of support for that ball carrier. So yeah, because they've only really got skinks who can do anything here. They're looking at 1 dice at best. This is the only square they could assist from. So I think a skink there, another one to take out this assist, and then a blitz from this square is 1 dice on the ball, which is risky at best. So I think it's probably, if this lineman had been in here, I think it would have been a bit more solid protection, because it would have denied them even that. But skink's just sort of flooding back this way at the moment. So the guard there needed 2 assists for 2 dice on the Aufwehrner. The skink was left in a surfable position. This one with double skulls on that reroll. Couldn't reroll it because used one on this block. Yeah, this skink was surfable from the Aufwehrner with Frenzy. Leading off with that Journeyman again, kind of getting away with it all the time. Journeyman's playing pretty well and grabs an injury too. So that's a skink close to leveling, which is a shame. Just a badly hurt. That's the first injury we've had in the game. Yeah, it's knockout. We're at the Norse end, aren't we? Knockout for the Norse and 1 injured skink. And try to see where they're going here. I mean, the Saurus are all marked. That one's knocked down, so the ball is free to move over here. We do see it come that way. And I think, yeah, diagonal's a better protection. I think if the ball was here and this lineman here, sort of make that, yeah, it's protection from this side, not as much of a threat this side from the Lizardmen. And we're following up into 2 red dice, but block injures it's a miss next game on that Saurus. So yeah, fell into a frenzy trap but got away with it. That's a marker on the ball. She's moving quite quickly this game. And that's 2 dice on the ball for the knockdown. So that was what was said about diagonals. If you're defending the diagonals, I can't see, that name's not going. There we go. So yeah, I mean that play would have been on even with the shape I was looking at, but sort of protecting your ball carrier kind of in a straight line, you can quite easily either put, in this case, an extra assist in, or you can just take out the assists sort of either side, and then still, if you've got a higher strength player, you can still get that 2 dice on quite easily. And that's what kind of made that knockdown happen. You need to sort of defend the diagonal squares, so you can't get in at the ball carrier at all without basically dodges on a 6. Lizardmen can now come and look to just surround the ball a bit. Skink's dodging away there. I think this one will reach the ball. Yeah, so 2 tackle zones, 3 tackle zones from Lizardmen on the ball to the 1 Norse one. And if they can get, I think, more Saurus over here, I'd fancy the Lizardmen to win this scrum. Using the blitz there rather than to affect the ball, well, they perhaps could have done. Could maybe have shoved this Saurus onto the ball. Down to 4 dice. Oh, Saurus. Yes, 9 plays 9 at the moment, but the Lizardmen players aren't coming back. Did throw, or push that Saurus onto the ball. Bobbles over here, and yeah, you don't want to re-roll any of these bouncing ball catches. A foul dodge there on a 3, not re-rolled, and is an injury. So it is a first Norse injury, which is a -1 agility, apothecaried for a back on the bench. So Croxgore back on its feet and standing on the ball. looks like the Lizardmen are winning out on this scrum at the moment. Might have followed there. That one definitely, because it's another tackle zone. Go for the pickup now, which is successful. And then running over here forces the Norse into dodging if they want to come get that. That's if I'll go for it anyway, which re-rolled for a failure. Try to see if the extra squares were actually going to gain anything. This berserker 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's 2 dice either way. I think the second would have forced to go for it on the second block. All they really had on was, well, I need at least a pushback there. That's a journeyman. So stand up 1 dice on this to push back, and then the or could even have the berserker do it, although that'd be 1 dice into 2 uphill. Yeah, maybe 2 go for it. Would have forced a go for it from the Norse to get the blitz on, as well as the dodge that they probably need, or the risky block first. That's another injured skink though. Another badly hurt one. So do make that 1 dice, which is a pushback. And it's enough, so this berserker would have had the blitz on there. But instead of blitzing over here, 3 dice on that skink. Journeyman 1. But no armour break. And ball back in hands. And off wearing a dodge, an unusual off wearing a dodge there. Yeah, which watches that skink. So it's the Norse attacking drive. They've got 2 turns to score. Very sunny, and probably going to have to make a pass, but we'll need to make sure the end of turn 7 they got at least 1 player who can reach the end zone in turn 8. That's a Croxigor blitz with a double skull, effectively skull both down. On a block player, it's effectively double skull. Yeah, so Norse priorities now. Turn 7, this lineman has to be able to reach the end zone next turn. Probably the Elfwerener as well, because you need, backup. But 2, 4, 6. So there for safely. And these 2, 4, 6. So he needs to go for it at least once in the next 2 turns to reach the end zone. I'd say probably get him up there now, because it's a safe move. Maybe move him to 6 squares forward. Get him the ball next turn. Run it in. Have the Elfwerener there as backup in case the Lizardmen find a way to mark him out or blitz him. But yeah, have to get him there this turn. Otherwise it's impossible to score. And dodging with a journeyman as a opening move, really risky and did not pay off at all. I don't know if that was an accident or anything, but yeah, trying to dodge away there. It's a 3+ roll. With a reroll, that's a decent chance, but with a loner, you've got to roll 4+ before you can use that reroll. Really, really risky first move for the turn, and it cost the turnover. So that could have been a blitz from the Croxigor, but would have lost it on a foul bonehead. So this saw us doing it instead. Gets the knockdown. And Lizardmen need a 3+ roll to score from the skink. 2 tackle zones on the ball first, and failed. No more rerolls left for the half. We'll have another go at it next turn if the Norse can't totally surround the ball, but Norse can't score because they didn't get someone in scoring position, so they just have to make sure the Lizardmen don't. That has to be their priority here. Blitzing with this Elfwerener. Get the knockdown, and now probably, yeah, so not even on the ball. So at the moment Lizardmen still just need a 3+ pickup to score. Have injured another skink, so that's the other side. So both at this next game as well, that's both both sidestep skinks out. 4th injury they've had. Take a turn over there on a 1 dice skull, but haven't affected the ball at all in that turn. The closest they've done is mark this Croxigor, who's not going to be getting the ball anyway. 3+ roll from this skink, and they're 1 up at half time. They're going to go for risking the Croxigor block first. Okay, is bold but pays off. Well, have they got anything they can go for here? So put in more blocks in. And now going for that. Yeah, so fail pick up in the end, but just a 3+ roll away from being 1 up at half time, having kicked, which we always say is a good position to be in. But it is no score at half time, but Norse definitely winning the attrition game. It's 3 skinks and a Saurus out for at least this game. Puts the Lizardmen down for 7 players. Both knockouts not coming back for the Norse, so they're on 9 players. And it is Lizardmen to attack. So we'll switch ends. But Lizardmen have 2 skinks left for their attack. And not a lot of shield for them left. So it's not going to be easy for them to score successfully. The one thing is they only have 9 Norse to try and get through to get that touchdown in. 2 skinks deployed deep. And then the difference we see in here from the Lizardmen is they're putting all their players they want blocking. Extra reroll each, but they're putting all their players they want blocking right up in position to do that straight away. So the Croxigor has 2 dice on the off-wearer. Each of these Saurus have 2 dice. Could probably have had a go at one more, actually. Could have had perhaps this one here, and they've all got diagonal blocks to try and knock over more Norse, because the Norse have deployed 6 players on the halfway line. If the Lizardmen had all their players on the pitch, they could have hit all 6 of those, rather than the minimum 3, which is usually what you see on a defensive setup. But safe moves first is putting the journeyman skink. You don't really want picking up the ball, but you can go and watch it in case things go wrong. But leading off with the Croxigor, risky. Blocksaurus is the safest move. It has gone second. 2 knockdowns so far. Just to push back, that means another Saurus can have a go. So it's looking like no blitz this turn from the Lizardmen. This last one could have made it a blitz. Reposition where it lights after. Successful pickup and a little run up there, probably still safe from the Norse, although actually don't think I'll make it my first move, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, this tackle lineman can get here with 2 go for it, so it wouldn't be my first move, but it would be one I'm looking to make this turn. Perhaps a couple of other players, just their normal movement, just their 6 squares into the half, and then a bit later, after some safer blocks, 2 go for it from that lineman to get tackle on that skink. Makes dodging away risky. Has stopped at 6 though, so try and be available next turn. So stopping there, so ball needs to go forwards, and then Lizardmen, I think. So coming here behind the Croxigor, I think I'd have, like I was saying before, would try and use the diagonal of the Croxigor to try and defend. We've got just one Saurus free at the moment. You can come in. It could perhaps come in here, so that's sort of the hard points, and then I don't know, maybe try and blitz through this one. To move this one around here, and then you've got this one back here can try and defend this sort of side. But a key thing I'd want to do is not leave anyone in contact, probably with this lineman or really with anyone, and no important screening players sort of left in contact with a Norse player, because that's how they can move you out of the way and get on the ball. So this one in here could be fine if we've got someone probably that square. Yeah, so leaving that one in there. Gone for a cross. Oh no, it's a Saurus hit. Let's get that one down. And then the Alpha Warrior down 2. So quite well shielded from that side. And then maybe needs to use the blitz here. Yeah, so blitzing with that one would have meant you could reposition it afterwards and come and watch the ball carrier. But what the Norse have left here, they can get 2 assists for this guy. I'd say probably should be the Alfwerner and this lineman assisting here. You can get him out of the way or down. You've got your tackle lineman who can come hit this skink on 2 dice. So leaving a screening player in contact with someone else marks him, which forces a dodge. Is side of true, but it gives them the opportunity to move them out of the way. So this Saurus in here is much better protection than just marking this lineman, because they can't blitz twice. But you give them the opportunity to get a pushback. I think this is the one who should be hitting the ball carrier, so I wouldn't be using, and then take 1 dice as well. This does give them the opportunity if this one goes to mark the ball. Yeah, they do get 3 dice with the Alfwerner then. Which is maybe better than using tackle actually. I'd need to run the numbers. But yeah, I think my instinct would be use tackle because the ball carrier's got dodge. I think that's what I'd have done. But that was just as effective. At least as effective. So Gentleman Skink grabs the ball in a tackle zone and goes away as well. So 2 successful rolls and then go for it. Go for it to the loner. It's risky, but yeah, got away. So yeah, this is when I was saying sign up that Journeyman Skink. So made that 4+ pickup in the tackle zone, dodged away, 2 go for it's in a good position to score now. I think that's quite risky just in case it was a bonehead fail. Would have left the Alfwerner free to just go blitz the skink. Marking him doesn't do that, but got the knockdown and stunned it, which is obviously better than just marking it. Norse are going to need to dodge to go blitz the ball carrier if they want to, which is not when they're at their best. So that's that last not Journeyman Skink knocked out. So that was the dodge attempt. Rerolled for a success, and is a blitz on the ball, which is a knockdown. So that berserker there, not moving onto the ball. So where was he? Here. So it's gone 1, 2, 3. And then 4 for the blocks. So it still had movement left, and because the coach is quite new to the game, I just want to make sure they know once you've hit someone in a blitz, you can still use the rest of your movement up. So could have come and stood on the ball to make it a more difficult pickup. I think there would be ideal because the skink's got to then dodge there on a 3 with a reroll, 4+ pickup, then dodge again. Yeah, marking the ball would have been more useful there, I think. So Croxguard, I don't know if the Croxguard was blitzing there on this guy, but it's a bonehead foul anyway, so they may have lost their blitz. But yeah, Journeyman Skinks grabbed the ball, picked up fine, ran it in. So this only skink left on the pitch, the Journeyman, and has scored to go 1-0 up. Well played, that skink. Just looking back at the rolls now. So we had one knockout. Norse back. Lizardmen are down 5 players now with that knockout. It's down to 6. I'm just looking back at these rolls. See that pickup. Pickup was a 4 anyway, so it would have been the 1 tackle zone. It wouldn't have mattered, but it would have been an extra dodge, which and we'll never know whether that would have failed. Yeah, so six Lizardmen players back left. So they've got 2 dice on these 2 Saurus with the Ulfwereners. But yeah, no real way of taking on the cross score at the moment. 3 players back here who probably could have been set up just in sort of more optimal positions. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see them move again. Just yeah, this guy could have just started here. Sort of same again, really. This one does need to move forward, but yeah, we've had 2 players just move a square forwards where they could have just started and then still had an action this turn. Another one there, so Journeyman hitting this Saurus probably, and that's a 3rd, just taking 1 square this turn, which was unnecessary. We are going to get 2 dice on the Croxigor from one of these. Which is a knockdown. Still got a blitz left from this one. They've covered up the route to the skink with prone bodies, so the Ulfwerener can't blitz the skink and only have 1 dice on the Saurus, so risk not taken. But these players who could have started 1 square further forward, once they were done assisting, could have moved forward to put another assist down. So 2 players straight forward for ball pressure. Looks like we're probably going to get a Croxigor blitz on this Ulfwerener, which we do, for just a pushback. Oh, we rolled it even with loader, and well, had 4 rerolls left for 4 turns, and that was the last action, so may as well spend that reroll really. We've got the knockdown, but Ulfwerener straight back up, and the other one hitting the Croxigor for a pushback. Down there after frenzy. So Lyman does have options for goes for a throw even in the sun, and we've got this yeah, so this Lyman who's already levelled on the ball, running forwards, and now here at this point we've got 3 player there and we've got 2 free players here. I'd like to see these round here screening off. So this guy who's free to move, 1, 2, 3, 4, somewhere around there maybe. Just give this Saurus no way out. At the moment it's a 5+ dodge there, which is not good. And same with this one. So this one can move 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 3 linemen who are free to move, they just come around here and here. Maybe even 1 here actually, so this one's got 2 dice on this one. But yeah, these players who are available to move without dodging should be screening off, making sure there's no route to the ball. So this one does go here. I think here's better. That's just a pushback, and then this free guy over here, yeah, goes over to watch these players, and then this one tries to dodge to come maybe screen round here, but this guy who's free to move I think should have been in here. So at the moment this Bloxsaurus has got a 5+ dodge for 2 dice on the ball, which is not great odds. They do have a reroll, and that is what they're attempting, and it comes off for a knockdown. A knockout. So a lesser seen Saurus dodge with no break tackle. Break tackle's a good skill for Saurus, by the way. But yeah, so that's the ball marked down there. So Lizardmen, with only 6 players left on the pitch, have a really good chance to try and tie this game up now. They just need to keep tackle zones on the ball to make pickups hard and keep Norse away from it as much as they can. So they've been severely outbashed by the Norse in this game. Somehow the armour 7 has just been broken very rarely. I think that would have been my blitz. Tackle guy on the skink, and one of these come pick up the ball. Instead of using the journeyman, gets away with it. Why was that re-rolled? I don't know why that was re-rolled. Both down was fine, and that does take it when the loader was fouled. That's strange. I don't know if they didn't realise that was going to be successful. A couple of go for it's in there, but now don't have a re-roll available for the pickup. But get away with it okay. So kind of forces dodging there. That hasn't achieved anything. So this lineman dodged away here to come and mark this Saurus. But if anything, he needs to stand there to make that a 6+ dodge, and then a 5+ dodge, because that's still 5+ dodge left on. That dodge has gained them nothing. So marking up some players over here. Got 2 dice here and 2 dice here, which are less risky. Just to push back. It's going to need the reroll for that 5+ dodge. Going for it first. But this time not successful. Leaving this lineman to just run in an equalising touchdown. Friday, nothing goes wrong first. And yeah, 2 dice with no block is risky. But with this Alfuera being 2 points off a level, I think I'd be very tempted to take that as well. Then we got 2 dice here. For another injury. So that was a -1 agility on a Saurus, which, because they're agility 1, wouldn't do anything, but that Saurus would have been missing the next game. But the Apothecary put him back on the bench, and we are at 1-1 with, I think, 1 turn each left. Only 1 skink back. I skipped the Norse. Looks like 1 Norse back. Yeah, one Norse lineman back. Berserker, in fact, I think. Yeah, so 1 turn each. Lizardmen don't have the players to chain push their way high enough the pitch to score in 1 turn. Just 6 left. And this is not the journeyman. The not journeyman skink. So a riot is Lizardmen's only chance to win this. So yeah, have set up to get 2 dice all the way along, hit as many people as possible. Extra reroll, which I can't use. Yeah, so the difference where we saw the Norse attacking setup, so they had to move to get 2 dice blocks. Saurus have them all the way along, and the Norse have left 5 players available to be hit. The Lizardmen hit all of them. Just a push there. Don't know where that skink's going. Oh, just protection, I suppose. Because I think, yeah, tackle lineman hitting that skink would have been potentially easy star player points. Good one to roll the both down on. Keeps the turn alive. And yeah, so several knockdowns, 3 knockdowns, 2 pushbacks, and a knockout. So some chances at points late in the game. Norse are not going to get many hits here. Yeah, I think just going to be looking at a blitz from this guy. I think I'd probably have put, yeah, both guard berserkers in to assist this block as well. So no armor break. Yeah, so that they did have that. The 2 guard berserkers could have assisted for another 2 dice at the end there. Yeah, this skink, Mazda Hicks, what a name, picked up the MVP, scored the touchdown as well, so he's going to level if the Lizardmen coach can hire the skink, and I think they're short on skinks, so may want to. Other MVP falling on that lineman. Only star player points for the Lizardmen, so I think if they can afford it, worth picking up that leveling skink. A whole bunch of points there. Yeah, key stats here, so pretty close on successful blocks, but massively disproportionate on injuries. 5 casualties for the Norse and none for the Lizardmen. And this is a team that's almost entirely armor 7 as well, and just not that many armor breaks. Where do we see them actually? Is it back on the results page? Yeah, armor breaks. 9 armor breaks each. Obviously skinks are armor 7 as well, but Saurus are 9, and they were being hurt a lot. 2 of the casualties were on Saurus. Yeah, I think dice overall didn't look too uneven, but it's just where they were landing and all the injuries just made it so hard for the Lizardmen to get anything out of this game. They did well to draw it, really, and were only a foul pickup at the end of the first half from winning it 2-1. But yeah, that is where we are. The week is complete. Other match this week was Halflings against Chaos Dwarfs, which ended 3-0 to Chaos Dwarfs, with a lot of deaths as well. I think a tree man also died, but was saved by the apothecary. But that's 3 dead Halflings, loads of injuries. Yeah, 6 injuries inflicted to 1. That's not that many blocks actually. Not that many successful blocks. So I'm surprised it's that low. I thought it'd be up in the 60s. But yeah, a bunch of star player points. I think this is another Bull Centaur. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch this match yet, but I've looked at some of these stats. Yeah, let's go in and look at our leaderboard. Let's see where we are. So yeah, these 2 teams with 5 wins each, still blazing away up at the top. They face each other next week, so definitely want to feature that game. But I want to try and watch it live as well. And we have a second team up to 2 wins, with the Norse team who beat this Underworld team, which is my team. So they're currently occupying 3rd and 4th for those other playoff places, where they're going to have to, as it stands, play these top 2 teams who are running away with it. So and with these other 4 going into the other playoff with just 1 win each so far. Next week, so actually we can confirm this round now. So week 6 is open. We have Halflings against Lizardmen. Bit of a stunty off. Lizardmen are not in good shape after the mauling they just had. Then we have Norse against Norse, a Norse off. My Underworld team playing Necromantic, and then the top 2 Khemri against Chaos Dwarfs, which we'll be able to go in and look at. Let's just see how those last 4 teams stand. So Chaos Dwarfs, we've not seen a lot of since, or seen nothing of since week 1 when they've hired a Minotaur. Oh good. Cozy Glow the Minotaur. Yeah, so we've got Break Tackle Block and Block Mighty Blow, Bull Centaurs. Minotaur in there, Mighty Blow, Blocker, Guard Blocker. Some other blockers have got a -1 movement blocker, which is not a big deal. Speed of a mummy now. Dodge Block Hobgoblin, Dirty Player Hobgoblin. And that's 13 players with 3 rerolls, so in very good shape. I think 1490 is just about the highest team value we've got. Already looked at. Let's look at this. The Khemri team's going to have a bit of inducements there. 200 and. I shouldn't be trying to do live maths when I'm being recorded. A bit. Is that 210? I think that's 210. My head's not in the numbers at the moment. But they had some injuries last time, as we saw in the last video, so a Blitzer armies in next game. They had a thrower die, so they got a fresh one in. But have a guard Tomb Guardian and a Mighty Blow piling on Tomb Guardian, as well as 2 unlevelled ones. It's also looking pretty good, and we'll have quite a bit in the way of inducements. I think because of the slow speed of a Khemri team, they'll struggle to get a lot out of a wizard, but it might still be worth a go. This is the Norse team we just saw play against Lizardmen. 7-1 movement lineman. Took tackle and diving tackle as 2 advances from that game. I'm not sure which of these. I think that was the existing tackle lineman. This is just the next one they've got. So yeah, good. That's a good spending of a double. I think dodge is sort of the obvious choice, but diving tackle is a nasty skill to face. I've still got to play this team as well with the amount of dodges I like to make with my goblins. That's something I'll have to look out for. And the Lizardmen. I did hire that skink. Took sidestep as it's advanced. So missing a sidestep skink next time. But we'll be on 10 players again because there's that Saurus missing the game. Yeah, so I'm not looking in a good way. So picking up injuries every game. And who is that? That's everyone we saw now, isn't it? Oh, the halflings. So down on 870, but they'll like the low team value for inducements. That's not many halflings left on the team. Oh dear, yeah, the 3 deaths being felt and not a lot of money in the treasury to replace them. So we got sidestep there, halfling, sure feet, a halfling, diving tackle and a sidestep and a grab tree man. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 players. So they'll have a journeyman halfling next time and no bench. I think they're playing, so the 2 teams who've, I think, taken the most physical damage facing off against each other next time in week 6. We'll be back then with my game against Necromantic, and we'll be featuring this game as well. So this is the top 2, and we've not seen a lot of them since I played them in weeks 1 and 2. So we will be back next week.